So it's, I think, been a month since my last video, and the reason I've been absent is mostly because I went back to school. I'm in grad school now, so my Northwestern sweatshirt, and I haven't been a student in 14 years. So it's really, it's a lot when you've been out of school for a while. And, you know, somebody wrote to me today, they said, they're kind of in a similar position, and they said, can you do videos about school if you have depression or bipolar disorder? And so I'm gonna share a few tips about being back to school when you're older, or doing school, excelling at school if you happen to have bipolar disorder or depression. And actually, the subject of school, I probably have like 100 strategies around this, but I'm only going to share 3 because I got a lot of homework and other things, and I'm just generally tired. So, but the biggest thing I learned is work backwards. So maybe I knew this when I was younger, and I did this, and I don't remember because it was so long ago. College was a long time ago for me. But what the most important thing I've learned recently is we have a ton of reading. Do you know that famous scene in I Love Lucy in the Chocolate Factory, or Lucy and Ethel are making the chocolates, and then the supervisor, whatever her name is, the manager, yells, "Speed them up!" And at first they're putting the chocolates in the wrappers and they're doing great, and then all of a sudden it gets out of control and the chocolates are running away from them, and they're putting chocolates in their hats and in their clothes. That's kind of like the reading in grad school. For the first 2.5, 3 weeks, I was like, this is good. I got this. And then it kind of just like started to get out of control. The conveyor belt was going really fast. And so the first thing is read backwards. So what I've learned now, so like, let's say, okay, to read chapter 4, processes, origins, rationality, incrementalism, and garbage cans. So if I didn't tell you, I'm getting my master's in public policy and administration. And so that's why we're reading this, right? So what I've learned now is you read the introduction. There's this first paragraph here. You read that. Then you go to the conclusion of the chapter. You're not skipping everything else in the chapter, but you're going to read the conclusion. See, this chapter is really long. So the conclusion starts about here. The conclusion is 2.5 pages long. You read the conclusion first. Okay, so it says, when I read the conclusion first before reading the rest of the chapter, I understand there's this thing called a policy window. I have to be on the lookout for policy window. What is a policy window? And you look out for these keywords and phrases in the conclusion, especially the ones you don't already know. And then you read, that's how you read the chapter. So you go back. Now you're actually looking for something. Because that's the thing about academic reading. It's not passive reading, right? It's not like reading a text message from a friend at 12 in the morning. It's not like that. So read backwards. Don't read it don't read work for school the way you would read an entertaining article. That's just, that doesn't work. And the second thing I was going to say, what was the second thing I was going to say? So read backwards. Gosh, I'm so tired, I forgot. Okay, so the other one is make it colorful. Okay, so the human mind processes color faster than text, which is why if you have a filing cabinet, do people still have filing cabinets? They say the tabs, you should have tabs that are color-coded, not just black words on white text. And so when I highlight stuff, this is the best highlighter. It's the Sharpie highlighter. It's just the right width, and yellow is the best highlighting color because it provides the greatest contrast between the black letters, the text, and the white background. So I use different color pens. And I'll show you I'll post a link in the description box to the highlighter I use, to the pens I use. And your mind processes it much faster. So use color. And when you write notes, if you're taking notes on a computer, make sure to put things in bold. Don't have everything. So, we're preparing for this quiz. If you have like 8 pages of notes, don't have everything just be black on white. highlight some important things in red, bold, use italics. The mind processes color faster. So I got, so you work backwards, use color, bring color to things, and then also be organized. So I got this student planner because I haven't had a student planner in forever, because I haven't been a student in 14 years. That was when, it's been a long time, since college, since I graduated. And so I got this Hello Kitty Erin Condren planner because, so like this planner, you could put your name on it. Like she has many different themes. She has, you know, Wonder Women, and a lot of the women I know with myasthenia gravis have that, and they think of themselves as Wonder Women. So if that's something that inspires you, that's interesting. But yeah, you need an academic, like the thing about planning for school is it's different than your social life, right? So like the consequences of being a little bit late if something is due at midnight, it's not the same thing as being like 5 minutes late to that Skype session with your friend where you guys were going to hang out. It's not the same thing. So what I like is really cool. It's personalized. This starts in October 2020, and it goes, you can customize it, but it'll end, where does it end? It'll end in December 2021. So it's important. What I like about it is you can you can flip and see, right? So I got these pens, which made me so excited to use in the Erin Condren planner. And again, your mind processes color faster. So I'm used to planning things online, and I haven't had a written planner in ages. Like I plan my schedule on Google Docs. That's all I've used for a long time. And now getting an academic planner was important because school is just a different rhythm of life. And so these are other Erin Condren notebooks I have. This is one of my notebooks, and it makes studying a little bit more fun than, you know, and yeah, and it's customized. So it has the name of my website, my blog, Fashionably Ill. And I think you tried, Erin Condren also gives you stickers, and stickers make life better. Stickers and bookmarks. Bookmarks are super important. I will post a link too in the description box to bookmarks. So the first thing I said was to work backwards, and this is super important. If you have any illness that makes you tired or hard to comprehend things, you want a roadmap, right? And if you don't have a roadmap, you're just reading aimlessly. It's not like reading an article about a celebrity that you kind of like in a magazine. Like that's not academic writing. So you want to have a roadmap. So you go from the intro to the conclusion, and then you go back. When you're done to the conclusion, you go back and you read the chapter that way. And then the third thing you should do is make friends. So this is something that, you know, you don't, when you start school, especially if you don't know anybody, right? It's the start of a new school year, as it is for me. It started in September. You don't know people, so you don't have friends right away. But try to make friends so that, you know, at least Lucy and Ethel were in the chocolate factory together, right? It's not like one person's doing it all themselves, because it's really hard. So make friends that you can reinforce ideas. You can have a partner and say, hey, I didn't understand that instruction. I'm not sure. What do you think the professor meant when she said we should do on this assignment that's due Sunday? How did you interpret that? Or you could share reading notes together. You could split up. If, you know, if there were like, say there's 10 chapters to read and you've got 4 days, you could split it up with someone. So there's things you can do to make it a little bit better. And I'm gonna post a referral link to Erin Condren's material. She makes these cute notebooks I love, and Erin Condren doesn't know me. I'm not an ambassador or anything for them. And it's all personalized, so my notebooks say Fashionably Ill, or my planner says my name on it. Yeah, and like I know some of my followers, women with MG, call themselves Wonder Woman. I don't see myself as any kind of superhero, but they don't have, you know, boxing themed or Rocky themed journals, probably because, like, you know, the majority of her fan base is probably female, so maybe that's that. But if you can find something that that makes studying just a little bit less stressful, and these are the pens I'm using. So I posted I posted on Instagram, I said, what pens should I use? I need pens for a planner because I haven't had a planner in forever. And people recommended this Frixion clicker, which I've been using for the past 5 days. And yeah, I'm going to post a link to these. It's really cool because it comes with 1 shade of black. I feel like you always need 1 black pen, 3 shades of blue, 2 shades of green, 1 purple, red, orange, and a pink. So you have the whole rainbow. And I have a lot more to say, like a lot more to say about school if you have depression or bipolar disorder, but you know, that could fill like a lot of videos. These are just 3 tips, and I think it's especially applicable if you're an adult. Oh, that's the other thing is like, so I'm not taking a full load because I haven't been a student in so long, right? You don't want to, like, if you haven't worked out in 10 years, you don't want to then run a marathon. It's not a good idea. So that's another thing. If you are an adult, or if you've been out of school for a while, and it may be because of illness, and it may not be related to illness, but let's just say you haven't been there for a while, it's something to consider is to moderate yourself, moderate your pace. Don't start out, don't jump in full steam ahead. So yeah, these are some of my thoughts about being an older student or trying to strategize as a student if you happen to have bipolar disorder or depression. And of course, there's a lot more tips that I could share, and there's my TEDx talk, how to get stuff done when you are depressed, that you can look up. And then I've written about this topic on my blog, Fashionably Ill. There's lots more that I didn't say in this video that's on my blog, Fashionably Ill. So thank you so much for listening.